morning, students. Today we will read lesson 4, the rat trap. Now here in this picture you can see the rat traps. Now Selma Lagerlöf was a Swedish writer whose stories have been translated into many languages, and a universal theme runs through all of them: a belief that the essential goodness in a human being can be awakened through understanding and love. This story is told somewhat in a manner of a fairy tale. Now here you can see the picture of Selma Lagerlöf. The rat trap is a metaphor to highlight the human predicament. Just as a rat is fooled by a bait and gets trapped, most human beings are likely to fall into the trap of material benefits. Now, there are characters. Peddler, the stranger, is the main protagonist of the story. He is an unnamed man who lives as a tramp, wandering the countryside and selling rat traps, which he makes out of wire in his spare time. That is about rat trap seller. The story is about the rat traps peddler. He sells rat traps made of wire. He resorts to begging and even petty stealing to survive. His life is quite sad and monotonous. Often he meditates about his rat traps, and he thinks that the world is a rat trap. Now, another character in the story is Adla will mention. She is the daughter of the iron master. Then another character is the iron master. And one more character is the old man, the crofter or the farmer. Now here are the main points of the story. Now as I have already told that the rat trap is a story that underlies a belief that essential goodness in human being can be aroused through sympathy, understanding and love. Once a man went round selling small rat traps, but he took to begging and thievery to keep his body and soul together. One day he was struck with an idea that the world is a big rat trap and it offers riches as bait. People let themselves be tempted to touch the bait, then it closes in on them, bringing an end to everything. So, here the rat trap seller, he is very poor and he thinks that this whole world is a big rat trap. Why does he compare the world to a rat trap? Because just as a rat is attracted towards the pork, piece of bread, similarly the human beings, they are attracted towards lands, clothes, foods, joys, riches. So just as the small piece of bread is a bait for the rat, in the same way these riches and joys are bait for the human beings. So now this man, while he was going out and selling the rat traps, this idea was coming to his mind. Now one dark evening, that rat-trap peddler sought shelter in an old crofter's roadside cottage. Now he has gone to the house of a crofter, and he asked that he must be given shelter, that he may be allowed to stay at his cottage for the night. Then that old man allowed him to enter in his cottage and spend the night there. The old man gave him food and tobacco roll to enjoy, tobacco roll, and also he has played with him a game of majolis, that is a card game. He played a card game also with him. Now, why did this crofter was so much generous towards him? Because this man was living all alone in his home, and he wanted somebody to talk to. And when he found this peddler, this rat-trap seller, asked him that he may be allowed at his home to spend the night, then he allowed him, that he welcomed him. So now he was quite generous and trustful. Now he also talked with him. He shared his secrets with him. He told him that he has earned 30 kroners by selling the milk of the cow. Now next morning, the peddler stole away his 30 kroners. Now the rat-trap peddler escaped into a big confusing forest and got lost. And then while he was in the forest, now he has changed his path, because he thought that he may be caught if he walks on the main road. So he has gone to the thick forest, and there he lost his way. Now here is the picture of a thick forest, and he went to the forest, and now he walked and walked, but he couldn't come out of that forest. So he got lost. Why? So now he lay down on the ground in the forest. While resting on the ground, he recollected his idea. Again he remembered the idea that the world is a rat trap, and thought his end was near. Then he heard the thumping sound, and he thought that this thumping sound may be coming from Ramsjo Iron Works. So he got up and went towards that Ramsjo Iron Works to get a shelter for a night. So now here are the difficult words, meanings of the difficult words. You can go through these meanings. Old moments, a short period of free time. Sunken, lowered, gleamed, shone, cherished, to love, protect. Dreary, dull, ploddings, walk heavily, snare, trap. Trudging, walking slowly. Carved off, to divide something into parts. Majolis, a game played with playing cards. Monotonous, boring. Vagabond, wanderer. Plods, walks heavily. Generous, liberal. Confidences, secrets. Prosperity, riches. Crofter, a person who works on rented farm, that is a farmer. Bossy, Latin word, boss, used for a cow. Creamery, a factory that produces cheese and cream. Kroner, that is a currency of Sweden. So you should now read this lesson, and we will continue this lesson in the next video. Thank you.